Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today we're back on the Walking with Dinosaurs server and we're continuing our adventure with our young Campto here. As you can see, she's found some flowers that she's going to enjoy as a little snack. You can hear sound of something in the distance, but she doesn't seem too occupied with that right now. She is too busy foraging and gathering up some food. Alright, looks like she's going to go down to the stream here to get a drink. But she doesn't know that danger is lurking just nearby. And this just comes from her being so young and not knowing these things. And so mistakes are bound to be made. Hear the thumping getting louder, and there it is. She saw it and instinctively ran to the bush. That large carnivore would have easily made her a quick snack, but instincts kicked in and she went to the bush like she's supposed to. Alright, the danger is moving out of sight. It looks like that carno is more attentive to that tree with the giant hornet's nest than it is to the bush. She hears it making some calls. But nerves are getting the better of her and she decides that it's time to go. Exhaustion finally takes over and she sleeps for just a little bit in peace. Alright, after her nap, she's continuing exploring. She likes to hop up on rocks, that way she can get a clear view of her surroundings. It's easier to hear and smell in all directions. So, something is off in the distance. She's crouched down. Oh, it's a lizard. A big lizard. It's time to go. So, instinctively, just like before, she runs to the nearest bush. This saved her last time, but we don't know. This lizard may have already spotted her. You can hear it coming closer. But instinctively she knows to stay still and in one spot, because if she moves, it'll be over. Somehow, amazingly, the lizard did not notice she was there. She had halfway buried herself among the mulch underneath the bush, and he was able to go over her without realizing she was hiding. It's a good thing she didn't go in that log, because it looked like he had checked the log just in case. Alright, looks like the coast will be clear here soon and we can go. And she's off. She's being a little reckless now after 2 encounters with 2 ferocious carnivores. Her panic state is kind of taken in, and she's not completely aware of all of her surroundings. Right now she's just trying to... Oh, yikes! Quickly, she turns around and goes back to the nearest bush, hiding behind a tree. Another large carnivore is stalking the plains. It's amazing that she wasn't discovered. Thankfully, that carnivore seems preoccupied with digging in the dirt rather than looking for small dinosaurs. So she's going to hide out here for a good while now, wait until the threat has passed. It'd be a good time to try and get a nap. But she's awoken because the carnivore decides to come this way. Maybe he did see her. This could be bad. And the ground is just shaking with every footstep. She wants to run, but she knows that she has to stay put. Thankfully, the large carnivore doesn't seem to smell her presence, and she remains undetected. carnivore seems to be heading off, and now would be a great time to get some rest. Or not, because it's going to rain. Our poor little Campto can't catch a break. She likes stomping through the muddy puddles. However, the rain starts to become an irritation as it starts to come down harder. So she's starting to look for a place that she can find shelter. Sadly, there are no logs, so she tries to hide out in some shrubs. The shrubs weren't cutting it, so she is off again. Thankfully, this time her efforts have paid off and she has found a log, and this will keep her safe from the storm. She inspects it to make sure that there's no trace of other dinosaurs that have been in or around the log, but she's learning. She's still a little uneasy after the past 3 conflicts with these large predators. She paces back and forth throughout the log, double checking its safety. But for the time being, she is dry. Maybe she can get some rest. The rain has finally passed, and we are off again in search of some food. Something to scrounge around. Alright, looks like we finally found some roots. So she's going to go ahead and get something to eat and take advantage of this current peaceful environment. After she has had her fill of roots, she is searching for some water, likes to rub up against the rocks, and it's time to get a drink. Moving on, she has found a super nice view of the surrounding areas. She can hear and smell all around. It's a great lookout spot to be wary of danger. Not to mention it's a really nice sunset. Darkness falls, and she is hungry and thirsty. She's able to take shelter amongst some of the ferns in the water, and she can get a drink in peace. However, even sometimes the water is not peaceful. She hears some swashing, and she looks over and she sees a giant sail sticking up out of the river. Yes, that would be another carnivore. That is 4 for 4 today, so it is time to move on. Best not to linger. She's also hearing calls from other dinosaurs. It appears that she has unknowingly wandered into another carnivore's territory. So she quickly searches for a suitable hiding location. Oh, it's getting closer. Much closer. She sees a log and quickly runs. Thankfully, she makes it just in time. She's still unable to see the larger dinosaur, but in turn, they are not able to see her, and she remains undetected. As the sound draws further away, she takes a peek outside the log. So far, the coast seems clear, and the dinosaur has moved on. Morning is here. She is very thirsty. All that running takes its toll on tiny little Campto. But she is growing up, You can starting to see some of her markings and spots come in. Alright, the water source is not one of her preferred places to drink. She doesn't like that it is surrounded by rocks. There's not an easy escape, and it's hard to see on all sides. But she has no choice. She has to chance it. Without water, she will not survive. She pauses from time to time to double check her surroundings, make sure nothing is sneaking up on her. But when the coast seems clear, she goes back to drinking. Now it's time to find something to eat. These red ginger plants seem like a great snack. She's found her way onto a prairie, and she is not alone. There are other herbivores in this area, the first that she has seen since she began this journey. She feels a little bit safer, but yet she keeps her distance, as not to get too close. However, there's a lurking lizard, and it is time to run again. Night falls, and it is time to find shelter once again. That lizard is still out there, so she has to be careful. This is where we're going to end our story today, and we'll see you all next time. Bye, everyone.